So let's get it popping. All right. So good day, wall ballers worldwide. All right, Jay Sanchez, which you hear virtually, and today we have a special guest. We have Jose De Jesus from Florida, out in Kissimmee, the man behind the Handball Kingdom out there, and this new league. But first off, hey Jose, welcome to the show. Hey, we just finished talking a little bit, but again, hey, it's good to virtually meet in person, to see your face and we talk, So, thanks for being with us, man.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm really excited about this interview. I've been thinking about what to say, how do I present this, and I hope that I do a good service for the league with this interview today.
Well, I'm sure you will, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be interested in what you have to say. So why don't we just start off by giving the people out there who may not be familiar with what you're doing and the good work that you're doing down in Florida, give everybody a basic overview of the league.
Okay. So basically, the league, first of all, the way it came about was that I'm trying to find a way to get people's tournament records or win and loss records, and I couldn't find that anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So after years of waiting for promoters to do it and other people talking about it, I said, you know what, why don't I just do that?
Mm-hmm.
I have a facility here with 3 courts, the Handball Kingdom, and I started putting it together on a website, and I tried this for 3 years, different methods, and I think the website is what really put it together, the handballkingdom.com or hbkingdom.com. And the overview basically is people play in the parks just like they do right now. It doesn't take away from anything that they do, and it actually enhances what they do currently. So what they do in the league, the overview is you play your park games, your first 5 of the week, and you record it on our website through a tracker, a score tracker. Once you record it, it's recorded in the league once a week, and you see the points that accumulate as time goes on. That's basic. That's the basic overview.
That's the basis of it. So you want to have a centralized place where people can keep track of their games and can see their wins and losses and hopefully a ranking, right? So correct. I know you said that there's a website. So the website is where they would personally input their results. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. So basically, the first thing that people do is they register their park, because I need to know which parks are playing. So that way you represent, wherever you come from. Here we have Orlando, we have Kissimmee, we have South Florida. There's a lot of different parks. There's actually 8 parks in the leagues right now. So eventually, the way I would like to see it grow is attack the local parks, get the league to about maybe 200-300 individuals, and then if I can expand and go towards places that have a good cluster of handball players join, I think it will grow exponentially. Now, all they do is basically what they're doing right now. They go to the park, they play their first handball game, whether they do pickup games, whether they win or lose, just like it happens normal. You just go ahead and you go to the website and you click on score tracker, find your park, you're gonna find your name, and then you record the scores. Done. I get an email instantly, and once a week I'll update the website.
So when you do that, I know some people out there probably thinking how do you deal with if individuals are entering in their own results? How do you deal with the issue of the integrity and keeping accurate records? Is it just the honor system?
Right now it is the honor system because it's so new in this brand. But when you register the park, whatever park you register, you are the park coordinator. And that individual should be an individual who is reliable, honest, and an individual who can see and report if there's anybody cheating. And one of the things that I'm noticing through this honor system, when people get serious about their record, when somebody puts in the wrong score or somebody puts in something that wasn't true in their score tracker, they get called out on it. I mean, there's a lot of pride in handball. I don't, obviously know.
Oh yeah. Nobody wants to be, no one wants to be zipped. No one wants to be undered, So we get that. It's a big difference between, hey, I got 9 and I got 10. That's a big difference.
It's a big difference. And the other, that's right. You're under 10 me, all this other stuff. The smack talking. But
We know what's
the
up.
thing is, they see their record like week after week. When it first started, some people didn't take it serious, so they joined the league, and then they didn't put it in. They thought it was just another day at the park. But some promoters took it really serious, and I appreciate that. They hammered the people in the park and said, "No, guys, let's just try something different. Let's try something new. Let's see if we keep records." So 2 or 3 weeks of this, people started seeing, oh, I got 8 wins, 2 losses. And then the people that were doing it every week, from the very beginning, they have 15 wins, 1 loss, or they have more games under their belt. So it became competitive in the park.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then people were like, no, that's my record. And now, if somebody were to put the scoring, let me tell you, they will flip out. They'll call me that guy didn't do that. Right on my website, it has the outline of the whole league. It really does. So if somebody was really interested in all the details of the league, is there. But one of the things, as this grow, it eventually is going to you pay a membership of $20 a month, right? That membership gets put in a pot, and then we have 1 tournament a year. So every single month you're paying $20 a month, and if we had, let's say, 1,000 people, that's $20,000 a month. Going into this pot, boom, 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 and it's for 5 months. 5 months times 20,000, that's $100,000. So now $100,000, that's a game changer. All right. So a lot of people could win a substantial amount of money, because what I want to do is I want to have what the league does. It has a 2-tier system. It has once the season is done, right? This is a 5-month season, 20 weeks. Once the season is done, we have people that accumulated X amount of points, and then we have other people that didn't accumulate as much. So we have a cutoff at the middle, and then there's a 2-tier tournament. People are going to play in the top tier, and people are going to play in the bottom tier. Why did I do that? And not just say, let's just throw everybody in the top tier. Because I want to make the game inclusive, not exclusive. Meaning, you know that guy in the park or that girl in the park that will never join a tournament? That person that says, nah, these guys are too good for me, I'm not going to get involved in any of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
I did a season for two months. It's pre-season right now. And I have a lady who's 4th place right now. All right. And there's people under her that are way better than her. Any day of the week, they'll probably destroy her. But when she first comes into the tournament day, she's going to be ahead of those guys. And it's a point system.
That's the way it should be. I think it's great, man, because, that penalizes the great player or the person who thinks that they're great and who just says, I ain't playing this guy, who doesn't want to put the work in and play the games. And it allows maybe the B or the B plus player to earn their way up the ladder and still make noise by accumulating points, right? This is like what we do in professional sports. So I like that. But hey, before we go any further, I had a question that, one thing that we never talked about is, we talk about tracking, right? And one thing that I'm curious about is, have you ever thought about how we could track stats? Like, it would be, how many killers you got, how many rolls you got, or out here, how many sappos you got, or whatever it may be, how many aces. I mean, I think that's, we're getting a little, ahead of ourselves with the technology and how to do this, but just what are your thoughts on that? I'm always curious about that.
Man, if I could track stats, and I thought of it, and look, I've been doing this league thing for 3 years because I had this facility. I tested it out in 2018, 2019, 2020, and it finally came together the way I have it right now, which is actually working. It actually worked in 2021. But you know how I had to start this? First, I just had to because one of the things that people hate is change. Jay.
Absolutely.
So when you tell them you gotta go, I'm telling you, the first week I had so many complaints of people that call me and say, well, they were texting in a group chat. How come is that? Why can't we just play and forget about keeping this track? Just that little behavioral change was so difficult for so many people. So I finally had to, talk to them and explain to them, look, this is how I keep track, and just explain the back end of it. I'm working like 8 hours a day, updating everything on the back end. But so to get to your question, which is the stats question, right? I want to be able to do that. But I think as this evolves, if we have people that will sit on the sidelines and say, okay, I'm watching the game, 1 killer, 2 killers, build a form, and then inputting it. It's another thing. Can we do that? Absolutely. Can we train a whole, all these parks at one time to do it? I think maybe 50-50 would do it, maybe 30, 70,
Yeah.
30% would do it
Yeah.
Initially. But I think over time, if people like myself and other park leaders will be like, look, they start keeping track of themselves, I will upload it to the website. I have no problem.
I think that'd be fascinating. I think it'd be fast. Hey, I'm a big, most people know I'm a huge baseball fan. So, in baseball, what do you keep track of? Home runs, average, all these type of things. So, I mean, I think that'd be great. Like, who's the killer leader? Who's the roller leader? Who's King Sapo? Who's the ace master? That would be great to learn, to know. But I think, we haven't crossed that bridge yet, but that's something that as an aspirational thing of a sport, that's something that we can look to aspire to achieve. But hey, I want to kind of get, off that a little bit and go on to I know you say you started already, you've been doing it for the last couple of years, so can you tell us about, which parks again that you're in, or which facilities you're in right now, and tell us about some of the main takeaways that you've gotten from your, like your trials that you've done and building it in the past.
Well, one of the biggest, I think one of the biggest issues that we have had, or the biggest takeaways that I had, is being able to lead the people, because it's a big endeavor and it's new. So to convince people to change their mindset and just try something new has been the biggest hurdle. After that, being able to track in a centralized location was the next thing. I was hesitant to start up the website beforehand, and until maybe late last year, I had a plunge and take the investment and build the website, so the whole world could see what people's records are. So not only you, who's in the community, who knows who wins and who loses, could look at a person and say, this is their record. People from outside the community could look in and say, this is their record.
That's their record.
So now check this out. When you want to make a sport professional and you want sponsors to say, hey, I want to invest in that guy, I want to sponsor that guy, how would they know? Right now it's word of mouth, or you have to go. What I'm noticing is I have to go through Facebook postings of maybe perhaps promoters or somebody and look at the brackets. You know how difficult that is, going through people's month. And where's the brackets? I mean, I know that was a big tournament, but where's the
people's handwriting you can't make out, all kind of things. Chicken scratch,
Yeah. So on my website, I opened it up to all promoters. If you're a promoter and you promote a tournament, I would love to take your brackets, type it all up for you if you're not computer savvy, and put it right there. There's a tab that says tournament results. Now anybody from the outside could go in and say, okay, this guy wins tournaments and he's also ranking in the league. You know what? Not employers, but companies would like to say, like my company, I would say, look, that guy's a great player. I'm just gonna sponsor that guy. I want to put my logo, my company logo on his shirt, because I want people to associate good things with that, with my company, and that guy, that's winning. And that's how it works. How can we get professional if no one knows what's happening in the sport?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's because we all know that it's been like folklore and tales, and hey, I saw this guy do this and I saw that game, or everybody has a big story. I used to be this good, I beat that guy. Okay, great, it's awesome. That's part of the allure of the sport that we love, man. This that we like to, there's some braggadocio to this, but I like this because this league will prove really where you at, okay, and really where everybody is. So I like that. I really like that, and so, how many players did you have in these trials, or how many players do you have right now currently participating in the league? I mean, more, it doesn't have to be approximate.
We initially started with 63 players that signed up, they registered. All right. And then just like any other league, If you've been on a baseball team, you know that guy in shortstop, they used to play shortstop. He stopped coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, there's all types of things that happen in any
Yeah.
league that you join or any sport or any team that you join. People may not stay through the whole season, but thank God so far we're able to have 42 people. 42 people are still left, and I believe that 42 people are going to be the ones that are going to be in this preseason tournament that I'm doing on
right
March.
now, right?
20th. Yes, on March 20th.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have the preseason. So we're gonna have a preseason with this organization from January to the end of February, and they play a tournament in March. And then we're gonna have the full season, which opens up in April, and anybody in the world can sign up for it. It's going to be from April to August, and in September, Labor Day, we're going to have a huge, maybe 2 or 3 day tournament, depending on how many participants we have.
That's awesome. So you're already getting participation, which is great. So you already have this foundation. So how do you envision further expansion, maybe further out through Florida or potentially nationally? And now we talked about aspirations, even globally. You know, are you open to working with affiliate leagues or having other cities or areas affiliate with you throughout the country?
I wish nothing more than all the people that are involved in handball to join. I made it very inexpensive to join. And any sport that you join, any sport, you're gonna spend money. And this sport is this you're gonna do it. This league, I made it so inexpensive that anybody could join it. Right now, I'm in talks with some people in New York. I'm also have some players here that are from Philly, and I'm going to be reaching out to some of the promoters and the people that are in Philly that could that are influences in that area that could potentially get 5, 6, 7 people, because it's a brand new thing for people. It's a brand new concept, so people are going to be skeptical at first. But the good thing is that the person that has this organized is a person who's financially stable. I'm financially stable, thank God. Because if I wasn't, it would be very difficult for me to take on this endeavor. And it's a lot of work, and my son runs my company. Thank God that I have him. So I have the time to make sure that I could travel, meet people, and do all those things to promote the sport. I also, after having a conversation with you over the phone, you gave me some great ideas, because I looked into Europe and what they're doing with their leagues and what they're doing. And they're so organized.
Shout out to the Euro One World Team, fam. All right.
I looked into their website. I like the ranking with the arrow up, arrow down, meaning that you moved up a rank or you moved down a rank or whatever.
You saw your boys ranked in Europe, right?
Hey, I tell you, man, that's
great, man. It's great. It's something you can say.
Your stock went up, your stock went down. You know, everybody that told us over here, like, yo, my stock just went up, my stock just went down. I think if we get in line with the people who already has it pretty much organized, I believe in my heart that the United States have the best formal players on earth. I think that if we were to get organized, and if we were to get in line with what they're doing, it would be easier for us to assimilate with what they're doing, and then easier for us to go to their country, or they could come to our country, and we could have something very, very beautiful come out of that.
Hey man, and it's already there. The means to do it, the line of communication, the relationships are already there. It's a matter of executing, and it's also a matter of the community accepting it. I think that's the biggest hurdle, because one thing that, again, the sport's stigmatized to a certain degree. It's a street sport. I learned the sport on the street in the Bronx, but we doesn't mean that we have to stay in the street. We can evolve. And the common tendency is for people to say, "Oh, I ain't trying to mess with that guy. I can do my own thing. Why are they doing that?" There's a lot of hating in this, So I going back to what you said before about taking a leadership role, and it's up to us to kind of collaborate and have more like-minded people to work together. That's the way I see it, going from the game to the sport. And that's another reason why I wanted to to have you on, because we want to bring light to these things of the good work that you're doing, and for some people it's behind the scenes, but for you it's your daily grind. So I like that. Now, let's get into.
Now that you mentioned that, you know, one of the benefits of having a facility is being able to sort of control people's outbursts, because you put rules in place because it's a private facility. You put rules in place that you can't behave like this, because initially a lot of people get turned off because people get very emotional when they're losing and things of that nature, and they want to, spaz out, and it does bring a bad mood to the sport. But for the last 3 years, the people that have come here and have thrown tournaments here, man, they behave so professionally. And what I see online, I mean, I used to see people online in 2012 that'd be like, whoa, this is, and then people make comments like this is not, but now in 2021, when you see these, maybe even the same players play, they're so professional. They give each other, I think
maturity,
an opportunity now to go ahead and elevate the game, because people are a lot smarter with their emotions, and they're behaving more professionally. So I think there is an opportunity now to I don't even know if there's a word, destigmatize
destigmatize. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, you're having some great interviews with a lot of great people, and you can just hear it. The way that I think they're eager. I think they're ready. I think they're ready to go and take this thing to the next level.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we'll find out, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we will find out. So stay tuned, folks. All right. But, I think too, like you're saying, to kind of piggyback on you're saying, that there is this opportunity. People are also seeing the potential. I think people are seeing the potential. I mean, I know that's one of my objectives with doing this, is to show people what's possible. There's other ways of going about what we the game we love, aside from just, hanging out in the street, smoking and drinking and that kind of thing, and spazzing out. We want to elevate this to a sport. It's not a sport yet, in my opinion. But the league is a massive step in that direction. So, have you envisioned, 'cause I want to get back to like the execution of it, right? And the way I've always kind of seen it is, again, big baseball fan, and everybody knows in the baseball, there's a National League, there's the American League, and then you have the 3 divisions, the East, the West, and the Central, and they kind of, each represent the region. Is that kind of, do you think that that's something that could be achieved, of having like divisions and leagues and playoffs and potentially world championships? Let's dream big.
I think anything is possible. And look, initially, the NBA didn't have a 3-point line, right? Now they do. Football didn't have instant replay. Now they do. I think it takes steps. The vision is right now is get your park, get yourself, whether you're good or you're bad. You could be a Super 8 player. Get yourself signed up for the league. Start tracking your wins and losses. Because if I ask you how many games you won last week, you won't know. You probably say, "Nah, I beat this. I won 30 games." Like, really?
Yeah.
Unless you
0-3, 0-3, yeah.
Right. So with this, man, look, you're gonna thank me. If you're playing right now and you sign up for it, you're gonna thank me 10 years from now. You know why? Because 10 years from now, you're gonna look back when you can't do the things that you're doing right now. You're gonna look back and you're gonna look at your record, because the website's gonna be there forever, and you're gonna say, "Look, this is what I did in 2021."
Look, yeah, you can say, "Look at my career record."
Right. And can we do a Hall of Fame based on your record? Why not?
That's what I'm saying.
Can we look? We need data. And how do we get data? We made it so easy for you to input it. Go to hpkingdom.com. Go to Score Tracker. Now, when you go to Score Tracker, when you play your games, when you're part of the league, your name is going to be there. And then your name is there. Your opponent's name, if they're in the league, they're there. And then boom, and you 21-10, whatever the score was. And you know what? when you donut somebody, I have this award called the Donut Maker Award. Forget about it, man. People going crazy every time they step on the court. They think they're gonna donut somebody. So everybody's shooting for that. So
Quiere café, quiere café.
Do I see like regions? Absolutely. Look, you got some great players in California. You got some great players in Florida. You got some great players in Texas. Is it going? Look, when people are going to come here for the tournament, right? Everybody on top is going to have similar numbers. The top guys are going to have similar numbers. The bottom people are going to have similar numbers. So the bottom people are going to play with each other to see who becomes a B player, and then the top people are going to go at it from all over. Now, are they going to be prideful and represent their parents? I'm from New York, New York.
Exactly.
Like when your team wins, if also when who just won Tampa? Yeah, I'm from Florida. Tampa. So you're gonna have
there's a pride. There's a pride with that. I'm the same way, man. I'm from the Bronx. I'm out here in Cali now. I'm Team Cali now, but my loyalty is always divided with that. But I'm Team Cali out here. But I'm with you on that. This was have a sense of pride, and have a sense of ownership of this. That yes, we can do it. Yes, we can represent. About bringing that championship home to your park, to your city, to your state, instead of this representing yourself. So I like that. So hey, man, let me give you another one.
I know. Eventually, the season right now is 5 months. Maybe in the future it'll be 6 months, and then we'll have like like an all-star game in the middle, all-star tournament.
I would love that, man, because something like that. Because you always hear who's better, New York, who's better, Cali, who's better this, and we got some great appetizers of what that could be. We had the Cali guys who went to Homestead and had that battle the 2 times. We had the Florida versus New York. We have all the great tournaments that happen. Like the Buddha and the King of the Courts and the Gladiators, all that. We have that in New York, and we got Philly that's representing hard now too. Shout out to Wally, right? You know what I mean? And Sam and the Shooter, okay, and all those guys, right? Shout out to them, right? And we have what's going on in Europe. Okay.
Right.
There's a lot of potential. And for folks out there, man, also we got Australia, we got Asia. These people are playing out there. Let's not forget the world. Okay. That's worldwide on this show. Okay. So Jose, I got 2 more questions for you. All right. Okay. One is kind of like, what is your end game goal? I mean, where do you want this thing to go?
Man, the big picture goal, right? Mm-hmm. We need facilities. We need state-of-the-art facilities. All right. We need facilities with broadcasting capabilities that we could have a studio set up in them, and that when we throw these tournaments, they're gonna get broadcast on live, maybe a website, just out of social media. It could be in social media also, but it's just something bigger. All right. And I know I sent you a picture of what I designed. I designed like this gym with 6 1-wall handball courts, 3 4-wall, a basketball court, an actual gym, like a huge facility, like a 100,000 facility. I mean, it was like it's 200. It's about a 20,000 square foot facility, 4 times what my gym is. And I envision that as the league grows, some money of the participation is going to get put aside so we can build that. And all league players are going to be welcome there, and they obviously could use the facility because they're part of the league. I think that I could build that in Florida for about 500,000. I want to do the first one here in Central Florida, because when people travel from, let's say, Europe or from South America, and we hold this once a year tournament, they're gonna make a vacation out of it. We have Disney here. We have the world.
It's great.
We have Disney. We have so much entertainment in this area. We have Miami 3 hours away. I mean, there's so much they could do here.
And great weather too.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jose,
what I want. But
I think dream big, man. Dream big, because I'll tell you, if all you viewers out there are not familiar, the GAA in Ireland did this. They did this. Okay, props to Ireland. Props to Patty and my boy George. All right, Patty. They did this in Dublin, Ireland. It's done. It's there. The only reason it's not working right now is because of COVID.
That's
And
right.
that was going to be the host location for the Worlds this year. So
Man, that
guys, I wish I knew the name, but it's the GAA headquarters center in Dublin, Ireland. So this is possible, folks. Dream big. Dream big. Rome was not built in a day.
No,
Okay?
I think it's a grassroots effort. What we're doing here, guys, is from the players coming up. And in the States, we should have something similar to that. In the States, we should have something similar to that because we
We
have
should.
so
We
much
should.
great players. And I think we could do it. I think that once people start seeing the records and it gets exposed to companies, they're gonna want to invest. Not invest, but they're gonna want to sponsor. Because I really don't want a whole bunch of investors because they'll change it. They'll change the league into something that wasn't. They
Yeah,
won't
you
understand
want
it.
to maintain control of it,
We'll
creative
change it.
control. Yeah.
Something that we don't want. We want sponsors. So the sponsors will change what we're doing. They'll go ahead and they'll provide money so they could get their company exposed and more clients for their companies and things of that nature.
Yes.
But we keep the central element of what we want to keep, which is promoting the sport to grow it by being very as least intimidating as possible. Look, people, and I know that I'm going, here and there, but I apologize, but this is just people.
This is your passion. Go for it, man.
It really is, man. I have so much in my brain with this. A lot of people don't join tournaments because they know this person's going to be first, that person's going to be second, that person's going to be. They kind of know who's going to win the tournament, so they ain't going to join. So the pot, instead of being, $5,000 or $6,000, it ends up being a lot smaller than that. In the league, even if you aren't that good, or even if you're just learning the sport, you could join it, keep track of your record, and at the end of the year, if you did not score like the elite guys, you still be in this bracket, and this bracket pays money just like this bracket up here. This bracket gets more money, so that gives you an incentive to get better. This bracket still gets money, not as much as this bracket up here, but this bracket and this bracket gets paid, and on the website you get your profile. So I don't know who's doing profiles. You sign up as an athlete, you get your profile, your pictures there, a little story about you. It's beautiful. People go to the website, see, oh, swipe my pictures and my little history of me. They get excited about that. I like bringing promotion to the players, even just the regular player that plays every weekend and week out, that you'll never hear about this individual, but I will put that person in the spotlight. Look at the articles that I've written.
How many kids want to have a baseball card when they're growing up? I know I did. I got one though. But but hey, again, dream big. Dream big. In Europe, they're doing this. Okay. In Ireland, they're doing this, folks. This is not crazy talk. They're doing this. The GAA is doing this. If you go to Ireland, handball is on one wall, handball and four wall, and big alley 3-wall are on TV like ESPN.
Wow.
Why can't we do it here? Remember, people who know the facts, Ireland gave us the sport, okay? The Ireland's the motherland for us, okay? But this is where it blossomed, right here in the States, okay? This is where it's blowing up, and we're the ones who are really pushing it worldwide. So we can do this.
Man, I looked at one of their websites because they got tons of websites and they're all updated
and sponsorship, and their athletes getting paid, so pro players over there. It is possible. So, hey, like I said, man, I like the fact that you're passionate about this. I like the fact that you dream big, man. And hey, my last question for you is, how can people get involved, right? How can people get involved? Tell everybody, your socials and everything for the league and for the kingdom, so people can get in touch with you.
Well, absolutely. On Facebook, you can find Handball Kingdom Indoor Courts. That's our group name. My name on Facebook is also Jose de Jesus. The guy in Kissimmee, Florida. If you type in Handball Kingdom Indoor Courts, you could go ahead and request to be part of the group. I message a lot of my commentary and a lot of the updates through that group. You can also message me through Facebook, and then obviously the website. If you go on the website, HB Kingdom, .com, or you could type in, I got both domain names. You could type in Handball Kingdom if you want. Handball Kingdom, and Handball Kingdom is not just a place. Handball Kingdom is an idea. It's a philosophy that we are the kingdom of handball. All of us, the community, all of us belong. We're all citizens of the Handball Kingdom. So nobody's king, nobody's that, but we are all citizens, and we strive to help one another, and that's how they could get that's how they could get in touch with me. They could go to HB Kingdom, and they could sign up for the league for April. Please sign up for that league for April. Look, it's two ways you could do it. You could pay $25 a month, which will be $125, or you could pay $100 and you cover for the whole season. I remember when I signed up my son for baseball, it was $60 to register him, $150 for the bat, $100 for the cleats, $60 for the uniform. Oh, and that's him losing every single game that season.
People are out there playing $10, $20 games on the courts. So this is not outrageous. This is not outrageous, folks. This is totally sensible. Totally sensible. Well, hey, man, Jose, man, thank you for everything that you are doing personally, because, we know that you got your day job, and, we got your business and everything like that. So thank you so much for all the work that you're doing. I hope people out there appreciate what you're doing, but I definitely think that this is a great framework and a foundation. And I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being with us, dude.
Jay, man, thank you for the interview. I hope that it gets out there and a lot of people, try it. Say, let me try something different. I hope they just
why not?
Their skepticism and break through the naysayers, because there's so many naysayers, like you were saying earlier. Break through that. Say, what does it hurt? What does it hurt? It's $5.
Why don't we just give it a try? Why don't we give it a try?
I'm telling you, it's addictive, because once they see the record, man, it's the record. The record is everything. Once they see the record, they're like, nah, I'm gonna win this. You start talking about it's some anyway.
Like you said, when you see your stock going up and you see your stock going down, you're like, and there's money involved. You're like, whoa, hold on. And there's bragging rights. The people who talk caca out there. Hey, this is the real way that you can prove that. Show and prove.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hey, everybody out there, I encourage you all to go and get involved with the league. At the very least, go follow them right now. You're on Facebook already. Go ahead and follow them, and let's get involved, and let's help this movement grow. All right. Again, thank you so much, Jose, for being with us, and thank you all for watching Wallball Worldwide. Peace.
Good night.